Have you ever been walking out in a forest and started thinking about how you would survive if you got lost? What could you do to be sure you stayed safe until you eventually found your way out of the woods? Hi, my name is Ava Daniels. I'm a Marion County 4-H'er, and today I will be talking about the 5 survival basics you'll need if you're ever in this situation. These 5 survival basics are positive mental attitude, shelter, water, food, and fire. First off, I would like to talk about keeping a positive mental attitude. This may not seem necessary or maybe hard to do, but it is more important than any of your other survival skills. When you are relying on your ability to survive from what you can find in your surroundings, if you give up hope of doing anything useful, you'll lose your drive to finding your way out. Positive mental attitude will give you strength to never give up, no matter the circumstances. Next, it is important that you have somewhere safe to sleep. This is called a shelter. A shelter does not need to be complicated or fancy, but it should do the following. Keep rain or snow out and keep heat inside. It can easily be put together from local materials you can find. Trees, leaves, limbs, and animal hides are great materials for the roof of your shelter. Primitive rope can be made from strips of tree bark, small green saplings, or branches and vines. Long rigid materials like limbs, logs, or fallen trees can help build a sturdy frame. To make a simple shelter, you can lean the rigid materials against a tree, securing the frame down with a rope. Then layer the roofing materials onto the sloping frame away from the ground to insulate for warmth and keep moisture out. Now that you have a shelter to keep you safe, water needs to be located within walking distance of the shelter. It is very important for the water to be purified before drinking so you kill anything dangerous in the water. There are several ways you can purify water. This can be done by boiling water for at least 1 minute, digging a gypsy well, or if you are lucky, you may find a natural spring. My personal favorite technique is building a gypsy well. Gypsy wells are a hole that is dug a few feet away from the water source. The water will pass through the rock and soil between the water source and the well, which will filter out all the dangerous stuff. Food is the 4th survival basic that you will need. You will have to go out and find food in your surroundings. While you're walking around, look up in trees and bushes for fruits, berries, and nuts. You need to be careful because not all fruits and berries are edible. From the water source, you can find fish, snails, clams, snakes, turtles, and other wildlife you can cook over the last basic survival skill I will cover, fire. Fire will provide heat and light as well as enable you to purify water and cook food. Hopefully you brought a lighter, matches, or magnesium fire starter with you. But if not, there are still ways to successfully make a fire from what is in your surroundings. One way to do this is by creating a bow drill. You do this by tying a string to a curved stick, wrap the second string around the top of the second stick, and pull the bowed stick and string back and forth, twisting the second stick and creating friction. If you don't have string, you can do the same by spinning a stick in between your hands quickly. Either way, the second stick should be resting on a wide piece of wood with your fire building materials nearby. You will need to start with tinder, which is very small, dry, and catches a spark easily on the wood plank where you are twisting the stick. Examples of tinder are tree bark, dryer lint, coconut husk, and pine needles. Once you have sparked the tinder, blow on it gently and add your kindling, which is generally twigs and leaves. Next, you'll add wood pieces that should be up to any size up to the size of your thumb. As the fire grows, continue to add more wood gradually until the fire is large enough to ignite logs. Be sure to have plenty of wood stock nearby to feed the fire so it can last all night long. Having a positive mental attitude, shelter, water, food, and fire are some of the most important survival needs. I hope if you ever find yourself lost in the woods, you will be able to use the skills I talked about today to survive until you can find your way out. My name is Ava Daniels, and I hope you have a good day.